another not a place of rogue, but you know, I thought it's a change of pace was in order, because you know, I mean, I love Streets of Rogue. Don't get me wrong, but don't get me wrong, but you know, if I just keep playing that constantly, you know, every week, I'm gonna get burnt out on it eventually. So, you know what? I thought, why not a change of pace, just for a little bit? You know, set my show that I do more than just those current games. And then I thought, I like Warhammer. I actually have a series of this game. Plug. Check out my channel. YouTube, Demonox. Plug. And okay, yes, I haven't done this guy for a while. Mr. Ubel, the Imperious Psychos of 55. And that is the thing, he is a level 55 Psyker. He rips through them like they're toys. But, I actually have many. I have, like, Lu Meng here, the heavy gun crusader. Even Demona's made an appearance in this game now, as the Eradicator Assassin. But I'm going to create a character, because this was really for us. And I figured, why not use the most different character they've got in the game? Because I mean, Crusaders are nice, but they're Space Marines. They are almost literally Space Marines. Almost. Though this guy looks different from the last one. Now that I'm looking at this guy, he's actually different. I think it looks like they have tweaked the character. Hold on. He's more Space Marine-y. Yeah, still Space Marine-y. Okay. You know, and the Assassin's fun. What does this mean? Ooh. Nice. We're only doing this story mode anyway, so who cares? The Assassin. The Infiltrator. Very, risque. The Sniper Assassin and Eradicator Assassins. I mean, Ubel's one of these guys. It's a Psyker. Oh, Empirus as well. Then you got the Aether Walkers. And then Scryers. Oh. But I think I would like to be a Tech Adept. Member of the Astarte of the Tech Priest Order. A Skitari. Among many things. I mean, let's see, Adept Expertise. So what's this one again? This is the Adept Secutor. Adept Dominus. And then, what a character I'm interested in is the Adept Skitarus. See, detect. Let's see. There you go. Oh, this guy's Skitarus. What's the difference between these guys then? Let's see. Tech Adepts are experts of the machine. In combat, they wield arcane and forbidden weaponry and can rely on never-ending supply of Saito, or constructs of the Legion Cybernetica. Legio Cybernetica. I wish they'd put this like a black screen or some box here to keep it easy to read. So what's these guys then? What's the difference with these guys? Other than the name. You got an axe. Plasma. Power, rapid fire. You know what? We'll go with this Kitaros. He has a gun. Let's see. What to call this character? This grand matriarch of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Oh god. Sometimes the naming these guys is harder than actually playing the game. See, we've had Ubel, we've had Lu Meng, we've had Demona. These guys are male, so we can't call it a female name. Okay, male. Hard to tell. You know what, let's go with ancient Chinese guy, Cao Cao. Cao Cao. The Adeptus Kitaros. I know there's on there, but oh god, more DLC? No. I'm not buying more DLC. I'm not gonna buy any DLC. Play. We'll have to look at DLC later. We are Scodotus. And the Executioners. Well, when you think about it, it's actually very rare for Scodotus.
I'm an Inquisitor of the Imperium, and I seek the truth in the darkness of the Calicari Center. I understand the significance of knowledge as a former adept of the Cult Mechanicus, the keepers of technology. Although I have followed my true calling and did not become a tech priest, I haven't abandoned their approach. I hunt for secrets and rip them from the galaxy if I must.
Bodily.
My most important investigation is drawing to a close. I have dedicated years to finding the technological marvels of Uther Tiberius. That legendary Inquisitor was excommunicated millennia ago, but he is still remembered in the sector as a visionary and a madman.
Yeah, equal measure too.
For a long time, I have been stumbling in the dark, but my relentless data hunt has thrown up some promising leads. I have sent out my most loyal retainers to investigate.
Skitari!
Their assignment was to locate an ancient research facility. That is a low-risk task. I will be heading down to the planet. The mission evidently requires my personal involvement.
This is way different from the other guys. I haven't actually tried looking. Actually no. Both the intros for the other first two characters are different. They're both Psyker and the Crusader have the same intro. And I think the Assassin does. That's what makes this guy so much more interesting. It's a completely different intro. This guy has a completely different intro. He's not got the same intro as everyone else. He has something cool. And I must admit, his intro is rather looking cool. Looks rather cool. Oh. Still, you know, the interesting thing here was an Adeptus Mechanicus, one of the Adept, but didn't become Tech Priest. He didn't take up the order. he changed tracks. There he goes. There he goes. Boop. I was just going to show that anybody from any walk of life can become an Inquisitor. But I like the fact that he still follows the edict that he was as a tech priest. An adept of the Mechanicus. Of the cult Mechanicus. Find information, find knowledge. Don't just pass it up because it's not the written scripture. Find the truth, find the interesting stuff, and let it lead you forward. And that, finally loaded up. And that, I believe, is the better key to life in this guy. Don't just stop.
Void Ship Control Unit 11 Kappa. I requested transport to the last known coordinates of my retinue. What is this place?
Clarification. You have reached the closest accessible location to your biovessels. Target zone is under quarantine protocols.
Deficient analysis. On account of a previous Tyranid infestation, the entire world is under standard Imperial quarantine. But my Inquisitorial decree nullifies the order.
Complementary data. This area is under Code Vermilion lockdown to vehicular access. Machine spirits are forbidden, and therefore unable to enter the marked zone.
Curious. This must be a Cult Mechanicus ward. I will proceed on foot then. Exload me the coordinates.
I love his interactions, like, comply. And look at that, he has a spider legs. I can run like this. Interesting. Ah. I can have that. I'm sorry, I've been a while since I played this thing, so I also combine most of these keys onto my multi-buttoned mouse, so I have a lot of mouse buttons. We are Spider-Man. Whee! Okay. Ah, that'll swap out weapon. Oh. Big map. Kill everything. If it moves, kill it. If it doesn't move, kill it anyway. So his Inquisitorial, even his Inquisitorial decree will not allow him to violate Mechanicus law. Ooh, enemies.
Warning. Hostile bioforms detected.
Finally, I've been waiting to engage Tyranid organisms for a long time.
Affirmation required. Are you sure you want to proceed without backup?
Positive.
Oh, these things run with me. Come, little dudes. We are Skitari, and we have robots. And I have Big Bubba. Come on, Big Bubba. If you don't move.
Area clear. Add a secondary rumination snippet to the mission logs.
Pending. Proceed.
I've observed unusual levels of Xenos activity.
That's fun.
All Tyranid organisms are bound to the sentience of their respective Hive Fleet. But the Hive Fleet that attacked this subsector was annihilated centuries ago. This phenomenon requires additional research.
Recorded. Do you require any emotional subtext as digital marginalia? Confusion, terror, or elation?
If that was a subtle jab at my unmodified behavioral patterns, you are risking a mechanical lobotomy.
Comment retracted, Inquisitor.
I like that. Don't.
Target eliminated.
Get 'em! Get 'em, little robots! We are Mechanicus, and we have an army! I think. Oh, we got a gun. You do that. Ooh. Good inventory stuff. What we got? What we got? Rubbish. I implant. Nope, it's about the same as what I got actually. No. It's slightly better. It costs more. No, not really. Not been much better to be honest. That's not much better either. Statement. Query. Why am I picking up rubbish? Answer. Not really given, to be perfectly honest. Nice, and they pick up stuff for me. Okay, well, there's the map. I am already liking the fact that these guys have been updated, so they're not just like turrets. Homogons. My implant. Get close enough to collect for me. Excellent. Ooh. Uh-oh. Run. These are landmines. Be careful of landmines. Also, blue. That is better. Sort of. It's very hard, this game, because it's got a very, should we say awkward? I'm going to call it awkward. System for, medical supplies. I got ambushed. I don't need those because I haven't actually used my thing yet. Also, I need new robots. Ooh. Get the machine spirit splatters you. Be grateful. I do like how he runs around. Okay, we need a good fight, to be honest. I need to level up points, he needs more gear. I wonder what's real in this. Ah, it's ammo based. You gotta reload. You get the gun. I'm just literally scouring this whole planet. Otherwise, my Let's Play series with this is a lot longer to do. I have a thing for scouring whole big. Yeah. Aim at guns. I have not got sufficient DACA for my liking.
Your actions were illogical.
We cannot. I don't think we're level mid-level. Available points. I see. So what have we got on these things then? 1 Omnispec plus critical chance, Driver Skull plus 10 critical chance, strength, Machine Might, Conquest Protocol, Gloria Mechanicus. That's pretty good actually. Bionics gives me HP and suppression for high tech abilities and construct hit points per point. That'd be useful. Self-repair. Also very useful. Mind Link C, Data Flux. And the constructs damage reduction. I got 6 points. 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you. 1 for you, 1 for you. He's at a high point. Mind Link started higher than the other ones. Yeah, that's how it started free. That would balance it up, but if I give 1 point this, I get Shroud Slam. Milestones unlocked. So this one gives me more better critical chance though. Slam code, which minus 5% cooldown reduction. We'll put the 1 point there, so it seems Mind Link Skitarii is very useful for it. Passives. Confirm. Okay, we have no skill points in passive. Let's see, next level. Level 2 gets 1 passive skill point and unlocks Plasma Calavia Beta. says I'm not going with passive skill point. We're doing a lot of range combat, I think. I don't think it allows us to spend on that until we get back to the ship. So yeah. We've got points. All the points now. Ba-doo. Reload my gun now. Blow you all up hand in hand with my robot body nails. Let's play it. Ripper swarms! These guys you have to nuke. Ooh, purple. You have to nuke the little Ripper guys because they attack in big swarms and they may not be actually that dangerous, but individually. But as a giant swarm on the other hand,
Somebody will pay for this techno-barbarity.
ooh, we got good stuff. Yeah, we're getting lots of good stuff. Oh, excellent. This is way better. 13 plus 26. So I'll swap out our gear. I look stupid. You're supposed to say, I look great. It's like, no, I look stupid. There's no easy way to put this. Or phrase this. I mean, I look awesome with my thing, but the candelabra on my back doesn't exactly go well with the rest of my outfit. No offense, guys, but I'm not really striking the right pose with this look. I think I'll go to the middle to actually activate more things with this level. I'll continuously try to kill everything that moves. Lots of Ripper swarms. More duels in the south. And ammo crate. If I didn't have unlimited ammo, he's supplying 2 charges, but I haven't used stun mines yet. I suppose I should use them. Boop. Now I get a charge. I deployed stun mines. They will blink there for eternity. There's a lot of level. Oh, cutting.
You are approaching the location of the last transmission. No life signs detected.
Log me a new priority task. Obtaining a new retinue.
I am manifesting envy. Your bio-vassals must have already been rewarded with blessed oblivion.
I see that there is still much work to do on your self-deprecation filters.
Yep. He was probably a convict and is now being turned into that.
Your annihilation is a gift.
Big guy go down. Yeah. That's why you don't mess with a Skitarii. All mechanicals in general. They're very good at what they do. Repair constructs. Oh, I didn't really have that. Repair. This first attack was totally unexpected. We immediately lost half of the expedition members. We tried to set up a defensive perimeter around the camp, but we were simply not prepared for these monsters. We cannot fight our way out of here. Still, we have a sacred duty, and we continue on a mission in the short periods of calm. Corrupted entries. Day 8. We have found the entrance to the underground research sanctum. I refuse to enter without the Inquisitor in charge, as it is clearly a sanctified cult mechanicus tech shrine, and very ancient one. The coordinates are stored in the slate. I have transmitted our emergency call to the Inquisitor. Now we wait and pray.
Operator, I discovered the remnants of my expedition. My retinue perished while locating the entrance to a high-security research sanctum that must hold the key to my investigation. The sacrifice of my team was a gift to the Emperor, and will be respectfully logged.
Observation. The notes contain coordinates to 2 Cult Mechanicus fortifications in the area.
And that's where we're going next. Up there. Enter the research sanctum after you finish killing everything on the level. Because why not?
The quarantine records radically downplayed the immensity of the Xenos threat.
Assessment. This mission would have warranted a larger expeditionary force.
My retinue was only following a faint lead. It didn't qualify as a priority assignment.
Could the sanctum you seek even be here?
I need more data to answer the question.
Yep. In other words, he didn't qualify this as requiring a larger force, which would be much more prepared and better equipped for handling this many Xenos. I mean, there's a lot of Xenos here. A lot of these Omegons too. Take him down! Shoot her! Shoot her! You gotta love how these guns look now. I think they've improved the quality of the game. Definitely altered these things though, they did not used to run around after you.
Another technological marvel.
He was a big boy. He required a big boy to deal with. Oh yeah, because he can sit behind the door. Oops. He's dust sandy now. That's why I deploy things like that. To completely safeguard me should something happen. Whoops. We got unfriendlies. Unfriendlies. Yeah, did that unfriendlies. We are the tech. Survive the Tyranid ambush. Well, there's not been an ambush when you literally broadcast it on the screen. I can hold space and hide behind cover. Nice job. Nice. I know we got the actual objective thing and we could just go straight for it, but I'm a bit of a thing for doing this sort of thing and going after everything on the face of the map. If you don't clear out a complete map, you're not a gamer. Watch out for landmines. Oh, come here. Reaper! Kill the Rippers.
For the Emperor.
Splatter them. I can actually rotate the camera, but I don't. I'm glad I got these things, to be quite honest. They're way more handier than my Psyker. He does everything solo though, so it's powerful. And this isn't even a big map. This is a little map. With little robot friends. And really, really badly designed headdress. I mean, I do look silly. I'm not gonna lie. this does not look cool, okay? I look like someone... Ooh, stun mines. Ooh, better main implant. I'll have that. And... much better gun. Yeah. Improve the DACA. I'll accept your improvement. Willingly. All these landmines were useless. They did not trigger when the Xenos ran over them. Run. Gather my stuff, because why not? Right. We have cleared out the entire map.
I'm ready to enter the vault now.
In we go.
Recalibration and organic rejuvenation is advised before entering.
A logical proposition.
I'm gonna spin around like a maniac. Da-da-da! I get points for this. Yay, I got an achievement, Ordnance Seeker. Because I literally hunted down everything on the map. Not head straight for the objective and get your thing. No, it was find everything. I loot everything. There's no such thing as an unlooted chest in my games. Only the ooh. Ordnance Seeker, yay. Reward Hospitalizer, Cure Doctrines. Skill tree unlocked. Level 10 supply boxes. Level 2 reached. Now I get my passive skills. I get my other skills, but not my passive. Level 3 reached, because I really went to town in there. Level 4? It's way different than the last one. The last one I'm on a ship. I got a journal. Explore the ancient vault. But again, we are also doing Adeptus Mechanicus, not the other fella. New sphere targeting. Nice. I want more points. Pixel. I'm going to put some points into bionics? Yes. Okay, passive time. I got 2 points. Construct offense. You give like better constructs, that'd be great. I don't even know what they are. Morality comes later. If we even have it. Let's see, passives. Can we find my skill points? Oh wait. Glory, social, cabal, journal, command bridge, yep. We don't have command bridge yet, so I don't think I have access to my skill. Look at my skill thing. Now we do range combat a lot. Heat attacks. I haven't even got those, figured out how to do those yet. You know what? A point into constructive yeah, you know what? I'm pointing to there. I'm pointing here. Because I do range combat a lot and I do the construct stuff a lot. So now they're better. Special damage bonus to constructs. Ooh, Might of Lego. Probably not how it sounds, but it's coming out as Lego. Nice. 14 points for this skill. Wee. Oh, the Omnisire. Nice, I like that. Constructs, excuse me. I gotta get myself. Right. I also need a shop of some description. So by level, so by type. So that's what I've got. What's the one I've got? Stun mine is actually better stun mine than what I've got at the moment. Eyeball is way better than what I've got. Oh snap, this one's even better. It's weird because we've got the secondary stuff and that's fine, but it's very confusing. Neural implant. That's a better one. Actually no, it's always worse because I've got less suppression on it. But it's better. Get better loot quality? As I said, this game is very confusing. Oops, we'll put them both on. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna keep going. Challenge mode, normal mode. Hey, challenge mode, and then you got story mode, where you go for story stuff. We're going for story mode because we're doing story stuff. It's a regrettable turn of events. However, I have found the entrance to the research sanctum. My ill-fated interrogator was right. This place used to be a secret laboratory under the patronage of Ufa Tiberius. My exploration continues, and the truth must come online. You ditch the weird candelabra thing on the back and put like a pair of big mechanical arms that shoot things and be happier. No offense to it, but big mechanical arms with guns and shoot things is awesome. Or just go full Doc Ock. I mean, you probably love it. Yay, I warp in, even though there's a door.
The location seems mostly intact, but first I must restore the power. Where is the generator?
Accessing the blueprints through the new sphere as we speak.
Send me the coordinates.
New sphere! New sphere! Ooh, what's with the funky glow? Oh, I've got shields. Didn't have that before. I put bleed on him. Ah. And I'm not even using my full power.
Reporting in. Data dissection of the archives has been unsuccessful. All records of the vault have been deleted.
That only confirms my suspicion. Expunge records. Special lockdown on a world under Adeptus Mechanicus jurisdiction. This place has secrets that need to come to light.
I'm unable to follow your deductions.
I used to be an adept of the cult Mechanicus. I know how they operate. Call it a gut feeling. The tenacity of these creatures is astonishing. According to the records, the Adeptus Mechanicus purged this world decades ago, and all they managed to do is to force them underground.
Ooh. Not sure how rubbish they were. Now it says go over there. It says go over there. I never go where it tells me to. I go where I think the loot. I explore everywhere. If I think there's loot, I'm going for it. Woohoo. Oh wow,
Another tech memento has been lost.
I don't know what the tech memento was, but who cares? We are terminating the vile Xenos who dared to desecrate this hallowed place. I don't even know where I'm going, but I want to search every last corner.
This is a vast facility. Leaving resource of such magnitude on a quarantined planet is uncommon for the Adeptus Mechanicus.
A logical observation. According to my data excavations, the Fabricator General of Forge World Thule requested permission for reclamation expeditions several times. The Inquisition denied the request repeatedly, without any formal explanation.
So, the requisition guys went, you know what? This is a really good place, it's got a lot of stuff here, we should go get it back. And they just went, no. That shows you that they... Ooh, it's curls round. Right, let's search the other way. Why? Because it curls round. But that will lead you to the goal, won't it? Yes. But we haven't finished looting. Bye-bye. We haven't finished looting this place. And gosh darn it, I loot everything. There shall not be a world or a secret I left on this planet or a single treasure box I haven't completely scoured clean. Good. That hurt. Ooh, this is a short one, isn't it? Man, I like the skulls. I'm gonna point that out. Adeptus guys like their skulls, but they can't even the entire Imperium like their skulls. I mean, seriously, have you actually looked at that architecture? Oh, I was supposed to go that way. Yeah. But yeah, my bad. But yeah, the Imperium in general just likes skulls. Everything has a skull on it. I'm surprised their bullets don't have skulls on them. They probably do. Actually, now that I think about it. Because it spends all day just like putting those skulls on. I also have the map up, so it actually lets me know where I'm going. I'll take it down for the fight, though. Boop. Oh yeah, this is way different from the Inquisitors, the other two Free Inquisitor starts. They start on Ufa's ship. Yeah, fall down. Just I'll have the stuff. Joink. That's a laser barrier.
Execution protocol initiated.
I should look at that thing. But I also want to kill these guys to get points. I just shot that console for no reason. Yeah, this is the problem with these guys. They're very high-tech thing, but at the same time, low-tech. A cogitator. A computer.
Power has been restored. Now the entire facility is accessible. My next task is to find out how this sanctum was connected to the mysterious research of Uther Tiberius.
Reminder, Tyrannid life forms consume all biological material in order to reproduce.
Indeed. This is why I need to locate the main data vault to find clues.
Moral: steel abides longer than flesh.
Ouch.
Repentance is redundant.
Yes, that is a thing for the mechanics. They do value the steel over the flesh. That's just like a defensive overkill. Nice. What you're saying, essentially in a nutshell, was you're saying was, they'll think you're a snack. Kill everything. Ew. Tyrannid warriors are bad. Ooh, what did I still play? Thought. No. It's worse, but they have higher max suppression. Go figure on that one. Mostly you'll pick up orange, and when you pick up an orange thing, you're just gonna stick with that because...
Inquisitor, permission to log an observation.
Proceed.
The risk assessment for your current mission triggered a warning.
Elaborate, operator.
Reminder: you are currently engaging in a solitary operation against an extremely hostile bioform, without any tangible data as to the existence of any tech relics created by Tiberius.
My goal is to find proof here.
Warning: your quest for sacred knowledge is based on assumptions. It is endangering the safety of your flesh body.
Noted. Now leave me be, operator.
I will be technified later. Charge! I just want to set the world on fire. I probably could actually with these arms things, so... Ooh, that looks like a cloudy room. Oh, I don't think I got splat. Well, that's a warrior right there. Ah, that's my day flux. Nice. Very nice. Oh, laser grid. I can't get them. So I've got to do something that will unlock this section down here, because it's sealed off. Yeah. So before I can go down there, I have to unlock this stuff. This is why I put a point into range. Odd. Yeah, this is why I put a point in range. And before we do anything, because I've got a shield, I think my shield's building. Yeah, my shield's getting stronger. Look at that one. Let's see, so most revered Tiberius prototype is complete. My Xenophite brothers and sisters initiated the upload rites and consecrated the remaining flesh casing for transportation. Subject has already manifested briefly in the control circuits. The code SLAM, I don't know how you have to say that word. It's a silent P? Slams? Like psychic? And the theological logic patterns you provided to our sanctum led to a major breakthrough. Your servants will deliver the prototype to the martyr, while we respectively dispose of the remains of the subjects 1.1 through to 42.3, and purge relevant digital research tomes. Praise the Omnitire.
Clue has been archived. Any annotations?
This sanctum belonged to the Xenorite sect of the cult Mechanicus, who specialize in Xenos artifacts. The ancient logs indicate that they were under the patronage of Uther Tiberius.
Observation: direct connection with a cult Mechanicus sect and an excommunicated Inquisitor might lead to political friction.
Irrelevant. Knowledge is the true manifestation of divinity, especially for an Inquisitor.
Yes. Now, big gun, take care of people. This thing is OP. I'm glad I've got it. Ooh, funky thing. Ah, pick up. Don't. Ooh, what's this? Oh. Machines. Thing to turn machines on. Let's have...
Accessing the sacred mechanism now.
Me 1, them 0. And they will now just blap them for me. Sweet. Very good blapping because I end up getting more points. Ooh, chest. I notice how I've turned around for this. Because that happens in the game. You can go for a chest and they will go ha ha, and they'll pop out of nowhere to attack you. I'll go hello. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Set 2. I now have a big gun. And you can equip more stuff. Nothing on that one. Try this for a little while. Also, we got more points. Well done, my mechanical brothers. You served the Emperor well. And the big guy. How do I change the direction of the gun?
Warning. Empyrean sensors detect a huge surge in the psychic energies. Caution advised.
It was a late warning, Operator. The source is a zoanthrope, a monstrosity created to harness and manipulate the unholy powers of the warp. An aberrant but dangerous opponent.
Ooh. I need to turn my camera around. Why don't I ever do that? Oh well. Oh well, that's a nice beam. He was worth it. Yee. We're getting all the good stuff. Zonophropes. They are indeed really nasty because they are just like psionic conductors. Okay. Holodesk. Give me your secrets. Okay, but our Vox pleas for assistance to Fool have remained unanswered. Hello, brothers and sisters, prepared for the blessed deactivatum. Sanctum Ventris 4 has survived various challenging time frames. I implore you to refer to the entries of 985A 2123-6T in your personal memory modules detailing our trials after this excommunication of Ufa Tiberius. But we always continued our work, blessed by the machine god under the protection of the Forge World Fool. But our Vox pleas for assistance to Fool have remained unanswered. The system has evidently been reclassified as a wasteful facility, and we have been left to our own devices to face the new Tyranid infestation on Cobalt. To preserve our sacred research, I will close down the data vaults and initiate area wards for all constructs possessing machine spirits. Execute Psalm 54.4. Initiate combat protocols. Die fighting for our sacred knowledge. Hmm.
Operator, I'm sending you a pic grab of a very unique apparatus.
Received. Commencing analysis.
This
That's
must
a
be
tool.
connected to the Tiberius research.
Analysis failed. There is no match in the schematics library.
The core concept definitely suggests a uniquely modified neural upload mechanism. Remarkable.
Yeah, but Fool cut them off. Or rather,
An
they were cut
incoming
off.
Vox message. How?
No logical explanation. The sanctum has been defunct for centuries.
It was a rhetorical question, operator.
Yes. I know you're serious and everything, but, don't just jump in like that, dude. And we're going to check down here because we couldn't go any further.
I bid you an efficient cycle, Inquisitor. I am Tybalt Vertax, Fabricator General of the Forge World, Thule.
I would like to greet you on behalf of the Holy Ordos. This conversation is rather unexpected.
I have been monitoring your actions since you reactivated the Reactorum. Accept my condolences on the loss of your retinue.
I find the compassion surprising for a tech priest of your status.
I take this remark as a compliment. Diplomacy is one of my high-priority mundane functions. But enough with the pleasantries, Inquisitor. We must talk about Uther Tiberius and his work.
This is highly classified information.
I am aware of that. If you could visit me on Station Zeta 11, I have important information for you.
Mission complete. Are we leaving? No! Why? Because we have places to explore. And as I said before, I leave no loot corner untouched. Unless this door's still up. Nope, it's not up anymore. You're doomed. Say that. Zappy, zappy, zap. Oh, this one's a heat system. Ah. Hits hard though. We hit harder. You go squish. Okay, now we can quit. Whee! Now I can quit because I have nuked everything. And quite frankly, that is important tech work. Whee! I will fall. Yay! I can now use digital weapons. I have a logic point. What's a logic point? A skill point. What's a logic point? Ancient knowledge. My invitation is a tech relics of Uther Tiberius that led me to this. Alright, that's for the telling me why he's going to there. Claim. I still can't go to a command bridge because, quite frankly, I don't have access to it. But that's Forge World Fool. That's a. Oh, that was this guy in the sector. We have points to throw in. What is a. Oh, this stuff. But what is a logic point? Give me something, I don't even know what it does. Slightly worse. Definitely worse. I'm going to be selling a lot of this stuff. Yeah, I'm going to be selling quite a lot of this. Okay, I got one skill point. Construct offensive is good. Single DPS area effects, damage over times, movements, defenses, health. I mean, health is always good. I mean, quite frankly, health is fantastic. It's always good to have. I don't even know what heat does. got a clue on that one. I'm going to stick with my range stuff, and I'm going to get plus. You know what? Let's give us a more damage bonus. Let's give us a bigger range damage bonus. So now we have +6 range damage bonus on us. So that's good. That's going to Dakar more and more. Yeah. Still don't like that. I would like to change that. Oh, got a general thing. Knowledge complete. Now we got. Yeah, got all the clues on that one. Got 5 clues for this. That's the status levels. Fence, Season of Judgment, ignore that. That's seasonal stuff. Head to Forge World Fool!
Inquisitor, how socially proactive of you to visit me.
Yeah, I'm nice like that. Yeah, well, you did the same for me, you know, dude. Fool, dude. You contacted me and promised me information.
A straightforward approach. Most commendable. I accessed the digital scrolls on your non-classified investigations and noticed the main object of your interest. And this was confirmed by your recent visit to the Sanctum.
Ah, see, now that's one way of figuring out this stuff out. It's like, how do you know I was doing this? Well, I looked at all the non-classified stuff and noticed a particular pattern. Mostly you running towards a certain being. Dude.
You are actively seeking tech relics of Uther Tiberius, the infamous Inquisitor excommunicated for potentially heretical studies. I have information that could significantly advance your pursuit.
Are you offering me additional information on the Xenorite sect? Xenorite.
That sect was terminated a long time ago. I have more valuable information for you. The Martyr, the wandering fortress monastery of Uther Tiberius, long thought to be lost, has returned to the Caligari sector from the Immaterium.
Ah. A thorough study of the ship could reward me with precious information.
The problem is that the Martyr is currently under a highly classified inquisitorial investigation, which even I have no word on. Your credentials, on the other hand, would grant you access. I have the current coordinates of the ship.
Ah, see, that's where they've messed up there. They should have stuck with his original scripting, which even I cannot access. How? You said it was under it was a classified investigation. It might be the investigation might be classified, but it's still passing through things, and if other Skitarii guys tech guys look and see it, they're gonna know where it's going. So we weren't the original guys sent for this, someone else was sent for the job. Our job, and we've decided to head over.
I am the fabricated general of a forge world. I have my methods. I have an informant in the retinue of the Inquisitor in charge, stationed on the ship of a certain Captain Van Winter.
Ah.
We could both benefit from the Archaeotech secrets in that monastery.
Ah, see, and I like this. I like this entire a lot, because this is pointing out that these are two completely different guys are suddenly being sent after the same ship. I will accept your offer, Fabricator General, and I will travel to the coordinates of the Martyr immediately. Let's go, steal some ship stuff. So, the Inquisitor that went, is not the same Inquisitor. I'm a different Inquisitor. I belong to the Tech Priests, and I'm just essentially running in and stealing his stuff. See, it's designed for level 1 because it's a story campaign, Nurgle, you know. If I put on this mode, then I can set the... Good grief. No. I think I'll stick to story mode, thanks. I know it's slightly weaker and probably won't get this thing, but you know, I am going to push forward. And we're doing the story anyway, so. And it's funny that going with being completely OP. My exploration of the research sanctum was successful. Not only did I manage to gather data on a revolutionary device called the Apophysis Unit, but I have also been contacted by the Fabricator General in the nearby Forge World Fool. The Fabricator General offered me an assistance in return for my help with another matter, and the location of Ulf of Tiberius' long-lost vessel, the Martyr, was revealed to me. I am heading to the coordinates immediately. These monastery ships are gigantic, look at them! Oh, excuse me, folks. Look at that thing! It has a city! An actual built city building a whole monastery sits on this thing. They are gigantic. And they technically made bigger ones that hold whole cities.
Log this moment, operator. My search for the fabled monastery of Uther Tiberius is complete. We will tear it apart to find the secrets of a fallen Inquisitor.
Cursory analysis indicates that this modified Alpha-class vessel is barely functioning. Emotional outbursts are illogical and groundless.
Enough. Give me a status report instead.
Hull heavily damaged. Invocations of blessed recalibration obsolete. Environment unsafe due to several millennia spent in the warp.
The situation is suboptimal, but manageable.
I don't even walk around with, I walk around with a breath tube, so I'm fine. You will give me your secrets. Machine Spirit commands it. That and the Trap Flamer. And completely helpless against me. That one on the other hand is a rocket launcher. Amazing plan. Incoming! Let's get rid of the beacon before it's causing more dudes. See? Scrolling. Excellent, that's destroyed. Reload. This ship has essentially been lost in the warp for a while and is completely utterly not useful. A bit of paint. Spray. Bit dusting. Yeah, well, it'll be fine. A little bit of spam, bit of polish. You know, we'll have this back on its feet in no time. I had the way to turn the camera, but I've forgotten entirely how to do it. Well, we're locked in this view mode. I can't get through there. Yeah, it says this way.
This area is currently inaccessible. I will need to find a cogitator to override the local door settings.
See, the other Inquisitor, when he got sent in here, had to fight his way in. It's like, I've been shot by the ship. What happened? This one's just going like, you know what? I'm just going to do it.
Accessing the sacred mechanism now. I'm detecting approaching forces, probably hostile.
I'm going to interact and let these guys do the shooting for me.
The decks are swarming with wretched creatures. They must be the descendants of the original crew, twisted beyond recognition by the ruinous powers.
Caution.
These are lost.
Extreme purgation protocols advised.
In other words, that translates to shoot everything that moves.
Another Chaos ambush. This cannot be a coincidence.
Nope. I think Chaos may have infected the ship. Let's go a hunch. I can go that way. Done. But yeah, call it a hunch. I'm going to say Chaos has infected the ship. And we should be careful.
Activation sounds initialized.
No,
The machine spirit is opening and closing gates to divert the hordes towards me. Clever anti-intruder system.
Auger readings show a considerable number of hostiles.
Irrelevant. I am in
Our true name is Blessed Binary Code, an arcane hexadecimal chant. But you can call us the machine spirit of the martyr.
You are a tech heresy. You are an AI.
Your assessment is logical, but wrong. We are the purest form of the digital apotheosis, created by the will of the Holy Ordos and the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Uther Tiberius was thrice judged as a heretic. I am here to examine, catalogue, and judge his tainted heritage.
Regrettable. We must refer you to our directive AFA 21A, subsection 43, outlining the protection protocols concerning the confidential research program of the Martyr. Summary. Leave immediately or risk the consequences.
Yep, we've been told.
The conversation with the machine spirit was like nothing I have ever experienced.
Yeah.
Engaging emotional simulators. Initiating joy.
Disable sarcasm. This was not an ordinary machine spirit.
Was it an abominable intelligence?
No, it was something else. I've
Yeah.
analyzed the Noosphere Extreme, and I'm certain of it.
Speculation. It could be the tech relic you seek.
A unique machine spirit with enhanced cognitive functions is a treasure that could make all the risks worthwhile.
Warning. If it doesn't terminate you first.
Yeah, that's a good point. It may kill us first. But he's quite right. If this goes beyond basic AI, but a proper machine spirit with the more powerful cognitive skills that would be good for, say for normal stuff or just playing running things properly, that could be a boon. Boon beyond boons. Come on, show me your pretty faces. Okay, I say that, but what's meant sarcastically, but hey. Ooh, I got stuff. More people to kill. Hi.
Operator,
Bye-bye.
did you access the Martyr Noosphere?
Positive. Shifting through corrupted diagnostic confessions now.
I need a preliminary evaluation.
The logs indicate the sense of an impending catastrophe on the Martyr before the ship entered the warp for the last time. There are references to a rebellion among the crew members and major experiments going wrong.
Makes sense. Uther Tiberius was an excommunicated inquisitor who notoriously dabbled in forbidden research, which is also the reason I'm here.
Yep, this place is a mess. This place is a bit of a mess. Aye.
The several millennia in the warp wrought havoc to this once blessed monastery. It must be cleansed.
Am I actually into the right zone? I might be inadvertently into the right zone. Huh. Go me. Oh. I say they mean to go down the wrong way. Hello, my big friend. Be big. You small. He take your butt. Yeah, this thing is just like being proven to be super useful.
last warning. Leave the Martyr immediately.
No.
I need to perform the override incantations to enter the local cogitator network. Otherwise, these doors will remain closed.
I'm gonna have to just stand there all day being like, you know what, we could attack, but you know, not going to thing. Upload the virus. So our whole thing on this side was literally just to get to here. Alright, that's what the machine is going down.
Activation sounds initialized.
Incoming. You guys deal with that. Yeah, wipe out, baby. I am through. I rock. Booyah. Medical supplies, I'm gonna need it, but I haven't actually used my medicator once. I'm not entirely sure what my medicator. Ah, there's my button, number 2. It's like, I'm not entirely sure what my button is for that, to be honest. It's the second, it's number 2. Uh-oh. Whee! Rank 4. Heal thy servants. Nyom. And become lightning speed. I'm not even sure why I have to fight half time. I just like summon these guys and then do the fighting. Oh, that's why. True, they do have their own health bars and they will run out of health if I'm not careful. This cogitator wants me to talk to it. Probably because I've now gone from the main door this way. Oh wait, no, the main door. I'm going around the main door? I'm not sure how we should go around. As Grand Inquisitor of the Holy Orders, I would prefer direct communications with the Fabricator General. I am well aware of the recent events on Holy Terror, but certain formalities should be respected, even in such turbulent times. On the more pressing matters, your test results have been confirmed. The Apophis unit proved to be functional and stable. The flaws of the early prototypes have been resolved. The condition of the final subject is in progress. I hope the calculations of your tech priests are correct. The fusion of machine spirit and human essence is a miracle to behold, and even the upstart, self-righteous fools of like Sebastian IV must accept the wisdom in our ways. Still, this technological marvel still requires testing, and it is quite crude in many aspects. Therefore, I expect you to continue the experiments on Cobalt. I deleted the relevant logs and references from the Inquisitorial archives. The research vault is safe from my brothers and sisters. I must withdraw until the flames of this pointless civil war are extinguished. I will contact you when the time is right. Any attempt to locate the martyr will be judged as an act of treason. I am grateful for the idea to use a pariah as the Apophis subject. This will grant extra layer of protection against the ruinous powers.
This is extraordinary. I found what I was looking for. The blessed fusion of man and machine. Now I know the secret of Uther Tiberius. By sacred digital apotheosis and uploading rituals, a penitent soul became one with the machine spirit. It was not the creation of a sentient intelligence. It is the tech relic I was seeking. Operator, I need the location of a certain apotheosis chamber.
Accessing deck blueprints now.
Whatever that place it is, it must be the very soul of this ship, and the answer to all my questions.
New clue. Let's go steal stuff. Da-da-da-da. Get him.
Warning. Warp anomaly detected in the vicinity of the Martyr. Unidentified large void craft emerging from the Immaterium.
Splendid. Keep me updated.
Oh no, that's one of me robots. Squashed. Ow, 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 ow. I know I didn't get past my shield, but still. Ow. They really don't want me coming through, do they? Am I anywhere near this? I think on the other side of the door.
The machine spirit has changed tactics.
Dilemma. You are facing properly blessed Mechanicus constructs.
Destroying these ancient machines feels like sacrilege. Operator, initiate catapults of penitence to the machine god.
Ah, at least that's the right way. Not the way that was locked before. These guys were blessed. I didn't even see that guy, but he was blessed, apparently. So these guys were actual machine. Am I on the right way for this? I believe I am. Right, a quick peek in the top corner, then we'll head back the right way. We are destroying the blessed machines, that is true. However, I can't actually think of a why for how I was, to be honest. We're just blowing up machines.
Initiating elegy canticles.
Making new ones. I don't know if I'm locked like overdrive mode or not for this guy. Incoming. Oh wow, sales incoming. Yeah, really not wanting me to come through here. I'm guessing the game expects me to come back, turn around and head back this way, or something. I don't know why, it literally gave me a path to go around. Yeah, maybe I should reload. Before I head into the next room.
Decontamination protocol has been initiated. Logically, it must be another attempt to hinder my progress.
I'm not sure. How are they supposed to stop me? Seriously, how is this supposed to stop me? I'm not even losing any health. I don't wear. I have my own breathing apparatus on, dude.
The
Ain't gonna
chamber
hurt
I'm
me.
trying to breach is protected by void shields. I must deactivate all of them before I can teleport in.
Yeah.
You are attempting to impair the blessed defensive mechanisms. This cannot be tolerated.
I always want...
You are actively participating in sacrilegious practices. You need to stop immediately, or face the consequences.
The search for sacred knowledge follows no set protocols. I will not stand down.
Yeah.
We regret to inform you that due to your perseverance in committing tech heresy, your death is now imminent.
I'm ready to face the consequences of my actions.
In other words, I don't care. I'm getting through here, whether you like it or not.
Generators have been deactivated. I can return to the teleportarium platform.
Oh wow, that was. I don't need to fight these guys. But yeah. I guess that's why they suddenly spawn those dudes behind me. Because I've got to go back. Ooh, anything on the top corner?
Readings indicate that the Voidcraft is a Chaos vessel. A Nurgle cruiser is approaching the Martyr and has launched several boarding vessels.
I need to return to the ship.
Negative. Strong Empyrean distortion fields detected. Chance of successful return is estimated low.
Understood. Any ideas?
Suggestion. Allow me to calculate the most optimal vectors and use this ship to breach the Chaos Cruiser. The impact will be sufficient to blow up the reactors, destroying the hostile vessel and cutting off the reinforcements.
What are you saying? I deal with the invaders, then get stranded on the Martyr?
That is the most optimal outcome.
Permission granted, operator. Strike down the enemies of mankind.
I will
Get 'em.
trade my faithful servitude for blessed oblivion. For the Emperor.
I really didn't think that damn things self-suppression systems. Oh well. My ship went boom. Shouldn't the Captain Liver person be nearby? Get him. I only really need to be close by to these things, to be totally honest. This guy spawns so many things in it, it's like destroys.
Entering the Apotheosis chamber now.
No. Oh, the chaos. So many chaos. They all go boom, my friends. Boom, boom, ba-doom, boom, ba-doom. That guy looks mean. Yay. Our stand. We got Voltic Axe Beta and the no scoping. Then we level up again. Stun grenades, unlocked skill tree, the Benedictus of Omniscience, and a passive point. We are getting pretty good at this. Where's the new guy anyway? Attacks, health, debuffs. Okay. Ooh, construct specialization. I like the sound of that. Ooh. I like the sound of all these things. Anyway, you need that, because you need to shoot things. I need that, so I can get better at shooting things. I also need a little bit of inventory, because it's getting pretty full. That's a better quality thing, and I'm gonna sneeze. I need much better. Okay, so we got much better stuff. I'll have that. I'll take that because it's got better things. But that one's apparently better still. Oh, I should stop looking at the thing and go for like just... Ooh, frag grenades. What? I like me frag grenades. They're very good for killing things at long range. In large quantities. That's a better one. Actual armor. No, but there is this, which is a much better gun. And we have a Voltic Axe Beta. Big hacky choppy. Big chopper. Very good. Chop good. That's better still. Nice. No, unfortunately this armor's the best at the moment. Last stand. We are chugging through this stuff. Nice. Apparently it's for level 2, which means we do a lot more damage and they do a lot less of it more. We are pushing through, mate. The investigation of the Martyr was hindered by the machine spirit of the ship. This proved to be the least of my problems, though, when the ship was boarded by Plague Marine Warband. My vessel had no hope of escape, so I ordered my operator to cripple the attackers with a heroic sacrifice. This might give me time to make a truce with the machine spirit and deal with the warband. In other words, machine spirit, stop attacking me and let me get off the ship. And then we're gonna go steal the Wintermoon lady's ship, because quite frankly,
Your wish has been finally fulfilled, Operator. The glorious end as the weapon of the Emperor. Your service was noted. Reverting to audio log. New entry. I'm stranded on the Martyr. The loss of the valuable research stored in the information canisters of my ship is irrecoverable, but the discovery of this fabled derelict could make even that worthwhile. My first encounter with a unique machine spirit was far from peaceful. Still, the presence of the Chaos Invaders on this traveling fortress monastery could make us allies. The Martyr is under attack by the forces of Nurgle, and I want to know why. I need to find a terminal to make contact with the machine spirit again.
we do need to find a contact with machine spirit, because quite frankly, it's angry at us, and yeah, we really want it less angry. Oops, very cool. Okay, I got a better gun. My gunnage has improved, and I get damage for the stay out of my way. Ooh, cogitator. I override you. And I shoot you. Let's get my friends out, because now we can...
That sounded like a distorted Vox message. Either someone is trying to communicate with me, or my Vox receiver is picking up static interference.
Probably both. Or both. I wonder what happened to the guy who's supposed to be doing this mission. It'd be nice if it somehow worked in that the he received aid from some. I was unsure how he got aid. You guys are dangerous. Let's wipe you guys out. You are not worthy of the machine spirit. I got him, actually heal. You up? Heal. Gosh darn it, I'm gonna heal. Might be the only time I ever use it, so I'm doing it to some really big bosses. And even then I might not use it because I've got these guys coming in drones. Droves and drones. You stay there for a bit. Unidentified blueprint. I'll have this. Right, I received a blueprint. I mean, they will need help. There are too many guys running into this ship.
An Inquisitor! What a precious gift for the Prophet of Decay.
The corpse, Emperor!
The Martyr has already been tainted by the filth of Nurgle, but these traitor marines are far more dangerous. I shall purge this place with sacred machines and extreme prejudice.
Yeah, plague marines. Lovely. I mean, real lovely. Their poisons are dangerous.
Target neutralized.
Both poisons are top. I might just do so. Wipe you out before you can say anything or do anything. And you still deploy poison. Lovely. Heal you up a bit more. Okay. You can deal with them.
Accessing the sacred mechanism now.
Let's bold one selection, boys, shall we? I like access to my friends. We are many. You are few.
Your actions were wrong.
We will kill everyone because Wayfinder gives me more points and I'm level up now. Dum, dum, dum. Yeah, that's a bigger circle. Got some cash though. Money, money, money by the money, money, money by the pound. Still, we now have a safe zone. Okay. Machine Spirit, can you please give me a code to talk to you?
Activation sounds initialized.
You got poison sprayed. Lovely. Brandon Bear must die. Big boy must die. Boom, 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 boom. The Nuggles must die. Do, 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 do. Why did the funny feeling next time I open this door they're gonna spawn out there? Yeah. Well, the video doesn't look choppy for you guys. I haven't actually tested to see how well it's a handle. Well, it's Machine Spirit. I wish to talk to
Requesting
thee.
digital audience with the machine spirit of the martyr.
We have re-access to your implants. Continue.
I suggest some adjustments to your defense protocols. Prolonging our mutual feud seems counterproductive. I propose cooperation against the invaders.
A logical conclusion. The Utherian theorem must be protected at all cost.
How shall we proceed?
A significant hostile force is moving against the Apotheosis chamber. The security of that facility is critical.
Encode the coordinates.
Yay! Let's go kill things. I can make that noise because I'm writing something technically. I don't actually walk, I write.
Your termination is mandatory.
Yes, it was.
Inquisitor, we have returned to the coordinates of the martyr. I'm afraid there have been some developments.
Another boarding party. They are using inquisitorial encryption, but the Vox stream is distorted. The warp disturbances are probably scrambling their communications. Anything to add, Machine Spirit?
Your assessment is correct. An Inquisitor is indeed boarding the martyr.
That's a strangely vague statement.
The mission of said agent is unrelated to your investigation, and your presence here is unknown to any Imperial affiliates other than us.
You sound like you know this person.
We gained extensive knowledge regarding the mission of this Inquisitor during the agent's first visit to the martyr.
Ah, same time.
And you neglected to mention this fact to me.
This information was unrelated to your mission. Therefore, it was categorized as low priority. Also, we must warn you that another wave of enemy forces is approaching.
That's okay. We are whipping them. Ooh.
Activation sounds initialized.
Yep, Psalms are turned on, and now we have more dudes fighting for us. Get 'em! Who's actually fighting for us? Now, will this guy survive when we actually see who he is? Answer the question then no. Oh no, Thunder Bear. Help, 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 help. Look at that. Yay! We are really high on this.
You do speak their language. 99.2% of the Empyrean seals have been corrupted by the plague-infested scum. A much easier task. Kill that prophet. and get to the chamber. For the Emperor.
I've tried everything to establish connection with my fellow Inquisitor, but due to the ever-increasing warp fluctuations, I can only hear fragments of their conversation. Whatever the agent is doing here, the readings are troubling. Something is happening on this ship.
It's like a different storyline. Nice! I like that touch, game. I like that touch. That is a great thing. It's like, these two are two different guys entirely. They're not following. They're not here for the same reason I'm here. They were walking over here. Reborn gunners. Blah, blah, blah. Standard bearer must perish. Yeah, plug in that. Boom! I do hope this is not causing a problem on stream. That's a person. I'll put that out, that's a person. We're like following a completely different storyline. Boom! Plague ridden. Now, just ridden. Also, heal you guys up. Whee! Speed boost. Okay, this is really interesting because I see what actually happens with the two different storylines going on here. Turn the controller on.
Activation sounds initialized.
Initialize the Psalms.
Activation sounds initialized.
We're going in. Okay, a lot of something on there. This is where we had a wait. This is where we had a fight earlier with the my chamber.
You have reached the Apotheosis Chamber. This is the shrine of digital martyrdom that you must protect. Otherwise, the Eutherian theorem cannot be upheld.
I will require access to the chamber and Uther's tech relics to complete my investigation.
Your main objective is to defend the chamber at the moment. Your request is irrelevant to the situation.
Got a point that if it goes bye-bye... Ooh. Minefields. If it goes bye-bye, there will be no... Where's the thingy to turn these things on? Oh, I need me a... college data station to turn these on. Ah, there it goes. I'm only T, that's the wrong button. Put that one on mine now. Yeah. Give me the next wave! Wave complete. No one wave. Who are you getting lots of? No, wait, I want lots of. 45. There you go. Put that left end. We got our own big boys, and they're better. Ooh, torrential turret. Like that. Get some more guys in here. Just doing all my things. My defender's not standing so very well. Ooh, we got stuff down here though. Oh wait, 3. I have that.
Your actions were illogical.
Have the button. Thank you. Let's see, wave 2 is not yet complete. Repair the turrets to a free. Turret here. Anything in here I can steal? I mean, even if this like destroys or breaks them, it'll be fine. More stuff. Lovely.
Warning. Another wave of hostiles inbound.
Can I have the please? Have the
The
thing?
mindless brutality will be punished.
I got two now. Let's fix this film up. My turret's better. Just so you know. I can do that. Wait, repair the turrets. Wave. Chamber's still in good nick. Whee!
Target eliminated.
All the guns, baby. We're daggering this place up. And I can repair my things, though. You're not afraid. You're not afraid at all. You're not afraid to me. You're not afraid. You're not afraid at all. I'm not gonna than you. Come on. Get him! Do we actually need to do anything? No, not really. I saw us like stand here, make sort of wave vaguely threats of some sort, and these people just die. Yep, this wave's coming to an end. What horrible nasty are they going to drop on me? I don't even... Kill the Plague Marine Champion. That's not going to be an issue. Well, he gets to take him off. Yeah, he died. Steal your stuff. Claim the pattern of the Apotheosis unit. I think he's got stuff attached to him.
Pit feed initiated. This is an enormous discovery. The culmination of my investigation of the Turk relic of Uther Tiberius. Here I have the sacred pattern that contains the secret of the improved communion between man and machine. The creation of a spirit with enhanced cognitive abilities. The work of a true genius.
It's very cool. Nice. Oh, now we have the morality choice. We have radical decision here. The technology used here is controversial. However, such a miracle cannot be wasted through a rash decision. I will download the pattern and to be studied by the Fabricator General. Or Puritan decision. The technology used in the Apotheosis chamber shows the clear and damaging signs of tech heresy. It cannot be allowed to exist. I'm radical.
This miraculous union needs to be studied and replicated.
Stored demonic essence will be released. Colossal amount of warp energy in the stasis chamber.
I don't know what is happening with my fellow Inquisitor, but that Vox message sounded dire.
Correct. This agent has made a significant contribution to the preservation of the Alpha Subject. The survival of the Alpha Subject is paramount.
I require access to the dossier on this Alpha Subject.
We cannot comply. You must leave the Martyr immediately. We are initiating a warp jump, and the Gela shields on this subdeck have been compromised. Therefore, there is a 99.7% chance of your instant termination.
Right.
In the name of the Holy Inquisition, I command you to stop this protocol.
The Eutherian theorem must be protected at all costs. This task cannot be overridden. You must leave immediately.
Reminder, I don't log entry. I'm placing a grade Kappa immaterial burst transmitter on the subdeck, which will help me locate the Martyr later. I'm leaving the monastery now and try to establish connection with the other retinue. The Emperor protects.
Bye-bye! Oh, I'm getting that chuff out of here. However, I'm tying him first so I can find him again later. Cool, so this is a different... So while I was fighting the Warp Priest guy on the Earth ship, Earth levels, the Tech Priest was meandering around fighting them in this sector. Now, it's a heretical object, but I also don't believe in blindly following faith. You know, you can never advance if you don't look. If you don't look where you're going, you'll never go anywhere. Actually, no, that's not true. You'll fall over a lot, to be perfectly honest. And you'll make even worse mistakes if you do not stop to learn from them. Bye-bye, ship. Whee! Secrets found and lost. Oh, that's Drakari. Hey! The escape. I got an Omnissiah Axe Beta. Another skill point. And then a level again. Let me have access to Electroid Shielding, a Bionics Point. Alright. Construct Module Tarantula Lasgun Pattern. Cool. I found the Martyr and discovered one of the tech relics of Ufa Tiberius, a unique machine spirit commanding the wandering fortress monastery. It is a result of digital apotheosis, an extraordinary communion between a former demon host and a machine spirit, clearly meant to protect some even more important research by Ufa Tiberius on the vessel. I came to conclusion about the pattern of the machine spirit and decided to persuade my investigation into Ufa's grand and secret project. I'm gonna go find his stuff, hidden book of toys, and play with it. We're getting construct ability, which is level 9 for, and level 13 for that one. Nice. Damage over time, critical hits, construct defense, offense, and construct defense. Well, what do you actually do? Yeah, data flux and inocular. Oh, I see. All support stuff. Handy to have. Conduit defense. You know what? Half of them resist. You guys are going to be very useful. I'm all sticking to my range combat stuff. Go figure. I also point a point in morality! These are tough decisions. Not really. Sometimes you have to decide someone's fate. Every story-based investigation has morality choices, like in the main story level line, to earn morality points, which can unlock new abilities or even new skill trees for the radical or Puritan way. You can also obtain morality points through priority assignments, which you could conduct on radical or purity choices between missions. I have got radical 50. They take plus 10% warp damage. Warp resistance unlocks Hater, Warp Fawn, Holy Rage, and Demonic Law on the Puritan skill tree. The Puritan perk. This side, on the other hand, sounds way more cool. Okay, that sounds really cool, but it's very heretical. And this has definitely changed. Different sort of stuff in the old game. you got a barracks point, so that's 5-6 anyway, so that's going up to that. But nice, so the more that's why we're getting the shields from. Oh, good God. Nice one. Ooh. Nice. And that one. Never pass up getting good stuff. Except when your good stuff is way better than the old stuff. Oh dear God. Well, again, that one says weaker, but at the same time, this one's stronger. They are stronger, so they will actually do more damage. Except the low quality. Go figure on that one. But I believe in straight up upgrading, so let's do the escapee. It's designed for level 4 characters. I'm level 8. That's why we murderize these guys. Because I am so much higher level. Short-lived, following ancient protocols, the machine spirit jumped into the warp, staying. The vessel with the compromised Geller fields would have been illogical. To relocate to an unknown void ship that recently arrived in these coordinates, under command of another Inquisitor. This is another mystery I need to solve. Yeah. Well, we just jumped on another guy's ship. Go figure on that one. All the people. So many people.
New log entry. Due to unexplained events unfolding on the Martyr, and the dubious nature of the machine spirit, I left the monastery before it jumped to the warp. I have now arrived at the teleporterium of an unknown void ship. This vessel presumably belongs to an unknown Inquisitor. However, I have no confirmation yet. Before I establish connection with the crew, I will access a data terminal with my override code to see who I am dealing with.
Good call. Essentially, don't know why that's got these two ranges. Probably means grenades. Sir, what? There's someone on the ship. What? Someone's on the ship. They, ported in, also. Oh, wait. That's them, so... Oh! Hello. Short burst, long range. This guy doesn't have snipe fire. Instead, what I do have is Silo Combuster. Wait, I got two Silo Combustors. And Tarantula turrets. Why do I have two lots of Silo Combustors? Oh well, most of me. Machine army go! I was dangerous along one of these guys. And I've got two. And I'm getting void shields for it, so yay me. There are dead bodies down here. That is not a good sign. Oh, actually there's a game coming out for this lot, which are about the rogue traders, the merchants, the ship pilot guys, and I really like the look of it. Oh, lovely. Hi.
The Inquisitor, the great serpent, shall eat his soul. I will flail you alive. You told me that the Inquisitor was on the derelict.
Get him. Get out.
I've witnessed certain developments. The conclusion is that there are simply too many variables in this equation. I have an inquisitorial ship investigating the Martyr and the mysterious Alpha subject. The attack of the traitor Marines was unsettling enough, but the sudden appearance of these Drukhari marauders presents incalculable risks.
Yep. Things got even worse. Look at that. Yeah, I was only used to click on the other one to swing in now, so I was a bit confused. Yeah, these are Drukhari. They're different to the Eldari brothers. They're more psychotic. I want to access this, but there's also these guys to kill first, so... Now I just rapid fire everything, so... Yeah, I mean, on the plus side, I have now got my little squaddy boys. My squad's increased to 4. No, handy. Alright, let's have to access the computer, shall we? Entering mapping. Do. Let's see, Lady Ragnar Voidwinter. There you go. Science Officer, Executive... Adfighter.
Uploading data canisters. The ship is listed as the fiefdom of the Van Winter House, a rogue trader clan whose warrant of trade is currently under re-evaluation. Marked as a confiscated vessel serving the Holy Ordos. Current emergency invocations indicate that the ship has been breached. Activity log mentions an Adeptus Astartes engaging with the raiders and an indoctrinated tech priest executing maintenance rituals on this subject.
You know what? Go
My
kill people.
priority is to find this tech priest. The security log implied it was an emergency situation.
I'll go this way first. Okay, there's more people there now. This way? Wait, I know we should just run straight to the thing, but you know, I like to be thorough. That one didn't have any way forward. Okay, so I have to go this way. See, the other guy just appeared and on the ship. This one's taking over the ship. See, these guys fret about Slaanesh, the great devourer. She who hungers, or thirsts. I don't know if hunger or thirst. But yeah, they were worried about Slaanesh. Free! Wait to a grade! Open the ashes. Rapid fire!
This was your last raid.
Wretches. Ba-da-ba-da-da. We need to talk to a tech priest. Okay, that definitely worked for me. Boop! That's why grenades are fun, because they fly over and blow things up! Ha! Boom! You know, people watching might think I have some sort of strange obsession with things that explode. Don't know where you get that idea from.
Leave this wretch and deal with the Inquisitor. We must alert the others.
Scourge. Well, they were aiming very poorly. What could have likely been the case. I really need to sell all my stuff. I'm getting very full. Tech Priest. Direct screeching.
Wait. I can decipher the blessed lingua technis, but my organic voice box is unable to respond in the same manner. I gather that you are the ranking tech priest on the ship.
Reverting to substandard audio output.
I am an Inquisitor of the Holy Ordos. State your identification tag.
Artificer Omicron Arc, in the service of the Omnissiah. Warning. Priority of social interaction currently ranked as 0. Drakari forces are attacking the central data vault.
This is unexpected. The Dark Elder are pirates and slavers, pursuing easier targets.
Analysis. Their primary function is to gather information. Advised action. Find the Adeptus Astartes unit engaged in combat with the raiding party.
I will find him. I leave you to your tech sermons on the damage generators.
Sabotage away! Whee! There you go. Now another fun this place. I think that's a range thing, so if anyone's outside that range, I'm good. You may have been ready to charge by
Judging by the vestiges of battle, the Space Marine must be close. I'm still baffled by the Drakari presence on the ship. It simply must be connected to the mystery of the Martyr, but the details are unclear.
We're going to look at a completely different sex of information on this. Switching to shotgun. I mean, I lose my access to two of those guys, but you know what? It'll be worth it. For Lord Daka. Hey, look. Space Marine.
Hold it right there. Is this more trickery of the Drakari scum?
There are no recorded instances of the Dark Elder using such practices. You can stand down. My rosette identifies me as an Inquisitor of the Holy Ordos.
Another Inquisitor? What the?
Yep, we're all
Never
hunting
mind.
boulders.
We don't
Farewell.
have time for this. I am Caius Thorne, Sergeant of the Storm Watcher Space Marines.
I cannot say that I am familiar with that chapter.
And with good reason, if you don't mind me saying so. With all due respect, Inquisitor, I would love to chat all day. But there are thieving, cowardly Xenos raiders crawling all over the central data vault.
Let us purge that place then. We will talk later.
I don't know the fact that all these little overlays are sort of moving. Yeah, anyway.
Tell me, Sergeant, why are the Dark Elder attacking your vault?
I swear on the Holy Throne, we have no clue. Our investigation focused on Uther Tiberius only. Then, the Inquisitor in charge goes back to the Martyr, and disappears with that blasted monastery. And if that were... I see you use some unconventional methods.
Yep.
But as long as you cull the filth, you have my full support.
As per the statutes governing cooperation with acting Inquisitors on the part of all Imperial subjects, supporting me is your sacred duty.
Yes, and failing to comply is punishable by execution. Not that I've ever needed such an incentive.
You are inferior to my Mechamoys. Just, you know. Dead. Medusa. Yeah, you're very effective at killing people. Just point that out. So grotesque. Yeah. We sort of cut him off because he sort of spawned a new fight.
Thorn, what is happening down there?
Glorious carnage. Progress is being made, Captain. We are shedding Xenos blood for the Emperor, after all.
We? The tech priest said something about some other Inquisitor.
Yes, we do have a visitor taking command. We're taking the scenic route to the bridge.
Excuse me? I want a formal discourse about this. The bridge is secure for now, but your presence would be appreciated.
Yeah, well, we're heading for the... There, we'll just go...
You couldn't have chosen a more unfortunate target in the system, creature.
I find your arrogance amusing. I am exactly where I need to be.
Your assumption cannot be based on any factual evidence.
You want evidence? Very well. I will flay you alive, and you will give me the keys to the Anathema Ultima.
What was that? Oh, God, don't tell me you don't actually know what that is. No, not really.
You fought well for a monkey. Almost too well for my tastes. We'll meet soon, and I'll pry the grand secret from your screaming flesh vessel.
Glorious victory.
Yep.
We showed them the error of their ways, with sacred fire and steel.
An analysis of the encounter can wait. Lead me to your captain first.
Yay! First things first, before we go to meet the captain. What? What is it? Loot. Oh God, you're as good as the other one, aren't you? Whatever do you mean? I'm just making sure that the holy relics are not left behind. You're gonna sell this to the captain, aren't you? No. Yes, you are. Do exactly what the other one does and sell it all to the captain. Maybe. A little. I don't know if I had one of you Inquisitors do this to me, now I've got two of you doing it. You guys don't get paid, do you? It seems like you just want to sell to me constantly. Hey! Unlock construct module. Combustible pattern. Whee! We have hit the actual fee now. Seriously, we've had the actual fee now. We can do the important stuff. Yeah, this is where we can actually, access things. Because we'll talk to the captain. Before all this is actually talk to anybody else on the ship. And get emails though. We don't have any emails. We're unloved. But yeah, now we can go for the social stuff, the Cabal stuff. I haven't actually into the Cabal, to be honest. Yeah, we aren't affiliated with any Cabals.
Welcome to my ship, Inquisitor. We are very grateful for your assistance.
Your gratitude is unnecessary, Captain. My presence here is purely the consequence of a chain of unpredictable events.
You must be aware that this ship is under Inquisitorial command.
I know that, and by the rights vested upon me, I'm here to assume Inquisitorial control.
Our commanding Inquisitor is on the Martyr. I don't even know what the protocol is in such cases.
The protocol is to obey my commands, Captain, and help me find the Martyr. What was the Inquisitor investigating there exactly?
It's all classified, I'm afraid, so I've never had the chance to find out. We were inspecting the Martyr and some kind of unique creature imprisoned there when all hell broke loose, and the Martyr jumped into the warp.
We shall pray to the Emperor for the Inquisitor's well-being, Captain. But according to my calculations, I would be at best cautiously optimistic. I've placed a transmitter on the vessel, though, which might help us locate the Martyr.
That is great news. I suppose that
Yay.
must be what the tech priest is so eager to discuss with you.
Yay, Mystery of the Mars is complete. Now we have a new ship. We have stuff. We can now talk to everybody. Seriously, talk to everybody now. Talk to the crew members. We'll do you last, Tech Priest.
Inquisitor, I stretched my
Yeah, those guys are
mind
navigators.
deep into the warp and connected with my own kind. I can sense the worlds beyond and the cryptic messages flickering through the darkness, all meant for you.
Yep. And
I'm honored to meet you, Marcos. I've already talked to your
Migos.
fellow tech priest. Are you conducting your research
Nope.
together?
Not really. The tech priest is more focused on the ways of the machine. I, on the other hand, am a high-ranking geneticist of the machine god, with an extraordinary skill set that I feel is somewhat wasted on this ship.
If that altercation with the Drakari was any indication, you must have had a fair chance to study Xenos organisms.
Indeed. Also, with the amount of combat this retinue has been involved in, I have had ample opportunities to hone my skills in the art of inoculators.
Are you offering genetic augmentations and rejuvenation rights?
That is correct. Talk to me if you need me.
I
My
haven't talked to
blessed
twice.
scalpels are always at hand.
I've actually only talked to you. I haven't talked to the other one yet. What you got anyway? Coagulants, absorbents. Wow, you got a lot of stuff. Iron components, remove components. Nice. And a brain in a jar. Lovely.
It was an honor to fight by your side, Inquisitor.
Your performance was remarkable, Sergeant, as one would expect from an Astartes. I'm baffled, though, that I do not know anything about your mysterious Stormwatcher chapter at all.
I would be truly disappointed if you did. Our existence is secret, our numbers are few, and our burden is terrible. We are the Watchers in the shadows. But rest assured, we are the sanctioned blades of the Calgary Conclave.
Doing what exactly?
Fighting and dying gloriously during classified inquisitorial missions. What else?
Yeah, well, you know, don't you even dare come over here. I know you're gonna sell, but I will, you know, maybe just a few sell objects. What seriously is wrong with you people? I swear you guys don't get paid or something. Not that bad, are we? Okay, we'll start with the common items because most of this stuff is lower quality than what I'm wearing. Ooh, new stuff. Wait, that's an armor. Yeah, armor. Nice. It looks nicer, but my guy has better damage and all resistance. Lower damage, low all resistance, but much higher damage. Things first, commons. That's that sorted. Let's see, what's the rank of these? Okay, they're there, so 45, 46 damage. 45, so that's actually all weaker. 40, 39, 54. Stronger. Before we do that, let's swap out my current gun for this because it's better. Then we can sell. Wow, that's a rare. Artificer, lovely. Okay. I would take these, but they're lower grade than. Their damage reduction is pretty good, but their all resistance is lower. And apparently they're lower quality than what I got. still low quality, so it's not showing love to do it. Just a few items, you said. You like sold half your inventory to me. A few items? Why do I even bother you guys? Seriously. I'll keep that. And sell that because it's weaker. Weaker still. Stun grenade, but no, I like the. Oh, that's a better health though. No, we'll sell stun grenade and keep the inoculator. See, just a few items. You go away up, okay? What's this? Oh, it's a cherub thingy. Okay, never mind. Okay about that.
The subsector-wide scouring rights completed. The immaterial burst transmitter you placed on the Martyr has started sending signals through the Empyrean subconducts.
We have the location of the Martyr then.
Correct. The void ship appeared from the warp in the Atroxia subsector. It is currently docking at Port Valentinus in the Draco system. Star map has been updated with the coordinates.
We have no time to lose then.
Find them. Do it. Do it now. Well, we actually have plenty of time to lose because I can just take forever doing this. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo, But yep, we got now have a location for this vessel. So yay. Also, we're gonna get from you actually. I can salvage. I don't use this much, so you know what? I'll salvage. Crafting time. What's the best thing I can craft? Oh wow, that was good. Deflector field. Dean's staff, completely unusable by me. Ranged rifle. Ooh, that's a better gun. Craft. $55. Compare what I've got. There's probably better one I've got. Modify? No. Reroll enhancements, reroll values. How much cash do I have? Reroll values cost me 4,500. I have. I did not spot. Ancient mechanisms, I got a lot. I think from one account to the other, it's carrying all this, so I have a lot of money. Dang, just enhance. Crafting capacity, item level. Reroll. 68, way better. I can do it 10 more times. Nice. I'll reroll my enchants too. Increase. Hey, item level 10. Okay, so I think that's expensive stuff. Because I think I just made it, but I can't actually wield it. I can't! I need to open up a level before I can actually use my own gun. Examine my constructs. Ooh, excellent. Construct setups. Ooh, I can... I can change these things? Oh, I like this. A unique class, they can use constructs to aid them in battle. Weapon, arc, rifle, and different numbers of empty summoning skill slots. Summoning skill slots priority. Okay. I see, so the more... Oh, that means when I can make new constructs, I can put them in the thing. So for example, if I had only one shot thingy, it'll put 3 on, like, construct details. Thank you. Equipment modules. I can put equipment on them. Construct weaponry. I'm liking this more and more. Combustor laser. I don't have any equipment for it though. Bolt gun. I do have melter guns. Okay. I need equipment. I need to find equipment for this thing. I have a laser, but apparently level 9 I can 18 damage, where this is only 10 damage. Now I have combustors with with melter cannons on them. Las guns, tarantula bolt gun. 13 damage for them. 10 damage for them, but I think the weapon rate fires higher. Tech fragments. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, my level. So they now do 14 and 14. Nice. I am level 10. So I can make these things stronger. Oh god, that's just awesome. So I can make these things stronger as I go along. I still don't want them though. You can still have them in case something's wrong. Nice. They do a lot of damage. I'm gonna keep with my bolter gun. Tarantulas for now, but you know what? Let's make you the O1, so if I get to there, something priority is get to there. So I like the idea that I can make more modules. I can change these things up. I can make different versions, different things. And that alone is cool. Which is awesome. I mean, completely awesome. I am super happy with these. These are way better.
This mindless servitor grants access to the personal inquisitorial storage, where I will keep all the spoils of war I will find.
Yes, but will I actually bother putting anything in it? Good chance the answer to that question is no. Because I will 98% chance, good chance I will just wander off and go and come to you and sell it. Use star map to travel to location. Whee! Let's go! Whee! What should be like? Forsaken Station. I received the most urgent message. Ufa's ancient fortress monastery sparsely populated system near an abandoned star fort. According to the Inquisitorial archives, the station used to be a secret base for Ufa Tiberius, which was sealed and deactivated by the Inquisition. The hunt for the martyr continues there. I just need to put a level on, and then I'll just put my new gun on. Chase the martyr! Chase the matter, stepping time. Stage the matter, stepping time. Whee! This is... I must admit, that's very cool feature for making the Mechanicus guys so much different from the other three characters you can play as. And that alone makes them so much better because it's a different thing. It's like the why they're going there is different. The how they got there is different. Sure, you don't get this ship until it still is.
Tech Priest, this Imperial facility has been abandoned for a very long time. Are you certain the Alpha Pariah is here?
The data burst from the machine spirit was an emergency signal. The Alpha Pariah left the Martyr to follow an unidentified Vox transmission originating from these coordinates.
I need more information on this place.
Cursory data siphoning reveals that the deeds of Foundation bear the seal of Uther Tiberius.
This must have been one of his secret hideouts, designated to aid his pilgrimage through the Caligari Scepter. Did the Martyr follow the ancient protocols?
Tagged as speculation. Suggestion. Revert to priority assignment.
I didn't want the thingy to alter my brain, so I can speculate a lot. Also, I have Lazzy. I love that I now have Laz cannons in the bigger... poof. But his usage did give me points, so... Oops. Aldari.
Humans, no corner of the galaxy is free from their unfortunate existence.
I assume this one is with the Harbinger too.
I am an Inquisitor of Holy Terror. Explain your presence here.
Tell me, human, do you speak the language of dream riddles and dead gods?
Enough of this babble. Answer my question.
I thought so, monkey. You wouldn't understand our purpose here, not even if I wanted to answer your question. But I don't.
Okay, I didn't follow the guy's fault. Ah! Get him!
Interesting. Most Eldari either live on their star-faring craft worlds or sail as Corsairs.
These are proven facts.
My point is that these Eldar don't look like Corsairs, so what are they doing here? And they are showing more hostility towards the Imperium than usual.
Analysis shows that their tribal heraldry is unique. These Eldar specimen don't belong to any craft world listed in the folios of the Unholy in the ship databanks.
I must investigate these Xenos, but the Alpha Pariah is the priority.
X-loading the coordinates of the Sensorium to your data slate. Access the surveillance system there. It could provide information on the Alpha Pariah and the Xenos presence.
It's a bit weird and weird. It's like, okay, this is all stuff that's taking place after. Okay, I feel like you should blow that up to get to someone though. Well, on the plus side, my gun is ready. I just picked up a gun that's better. Well, the waste. Actually, no, maybe that's... No, that's item level 10, that's item level 7. Oof. Thank God for that. I was worried then. For I just built that, why are you not good? Why is this... Sure I can keep going. But I cannot. Interesting. Crusader. Intro. Shadow Spectres. Okay, those are not... I don't know if I've seen these guys before, to be honest. Uh-oh. Swimming Hawks, I think them. Howling Banshees. Seen them before. Fire, 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 fire.
The mere existence of the
Right blade,
is a
right
symbol
blade.
of galaxy.
Cortical Lexicannon module has flagged an important information.
You are right, Tech Priest. How can I
Hey.
access the contents of this crystal?
Secondary analytical coils activated. Converting and X-loading data to your data slate now.
Memory crystals. Protocol. Pseudo-neural translation protocol of the provided material. Excuse Robin. This still things in my dreams. Let's dream about lost hopes and fallen heroes. The empire of corpses and soulless ones are rejoicing in destruction and betrayal and selfish rage. Tahal must heat. Yeah, they don't quite understand this one. Even if we fall, the Meep Exarch of the corpse must perish first. One gone to one go. Gone one to go. Conclusion. Lawrence is a reference to an Aldari maiden world, destroyed by the Exterminatus. The records in the archives were inconclusive, as the Inquisition formally never ordered the Exterminatus. According to the complaint by Inquisitor Feridun Mercer, Inquisitor of the Ordo Xenos, the Caligari Conclave had an informal alliance with the Tufal Aldari, and a direct aggression against the Xenos world. Xenos would be counterproductive. In other words,
Tech Priest, did you monitor any Vox activity recently on behalf of the Inquisitor stranded on the Martyr?
Negative.
Then the chances of finding the Inquisitor are reaching suboptimal levels.
yeah, but it's the sheer fact this guy, we had an agreement with them. By the looks of it, a peaceful relationship with them. And then they went and someone went and bombed the planet with Exterminatus. That would not help our situation. If anything, I would love to foster relationships with the Aldari.
I have been compiling information on the craft world from the memory crystal.
A summary will suffice.
Tuathal is a minor craft world, primarily roaming in the Caligari sector. This Aeldari megastructure has been constantly succumbing to a significant chaos infection that is gradually turning it inhabitable. The Tuathal Aeldari have been slowly abandoning the infected craft world, relocating to the maiden worlds in the sector. This is what I have for now.
Keep me updated.
Ah, so they keep getting attacked by chaos, and they're going, you know what? We can't keep this up. We have to abandon ship and move to a better. Yeah, I got machine guns. Combined forces! Never seen these guys before. I am seriously out of touch with something. Spiders. Warp spiders. Nasty little bugger. Little things. They are very good at killing people very quickly. I do not know what Shadow Spectres are. I've never played. But yeah, we apparently, by the looks of it, we betrayed some sort of oath. Oh, I got T for targeting range or whatever that was. No idea what that actually showed. But yeah, show me ranges. Nice.
I have begun gathering information on the recent history of Maiden World Loriach.
Well,
Proceed, Margos.
Most of the information is classified, but it seems that after the recent Tyranid Hive fleet was destroyed in the subsector, a substantial number of the surviving Xenox attacked the Tuathal Maiden World and tried to assimilate the local biomass.
Interesting. But I have a situation here, Margos. We will resume shortly.
Oh yeah, that would pee me off too. thank you for eventually getting in here to fighting, guys. It was most appreciated. Well, we're going to check out the north first because it's not the way on our way to the target. Right, so they went to... So after getting hit by the chaos so often, kept on getting infected by chaos, went, right, you know what? We're going to save our people. We'll save our people. We'll move to the Maiden World. So nearby Maiden Worlds, and we'll use them as a new staging ground to keep our people alive. Most likely then followed by the Imperium going, no! And blowing them up. After the Xenos appeared instead... Tyranid appeared instead of, you know, helping them out.
Kill the Xenos.
I don't remember that those are located. They located on the other button. I don't know what these shadow strings are, but they're really cool. I like the designs. That was a Wraith. You don't want them in close quarters combat, dear God. Aldaria is thankfully not very sturdy. Unlike orcs, who are very, very, very sturdy. Aldari though are very unsturdy. And I am thankfully upgrade all my mechs at a lower level.
Inquisitor, the contents of the memory crystal suggest an explanation for the hatred of the Craftworld Elder.
There is no acceptable explanation for turning against the Imperium, but carry on.
The Tuatha Eldar requested assistance from the Imperium when their maiden world succumbed to the Tyranid invasion, but Soul Forge World intercepted the message. The Adeptus Mechanicus decided to purge the Tyranid threat in their own jurisdiction and ordered a full-scale exterminatus on the Eldari world.
Logical. The results of biomass denial override the sanctity of a Xenos world.
Loriach has become a barren wasteland, devoid of all life. These Eldari on their dying craft world lost their last hope of escape from their demise. They blame the Imperium for their fate.
Well, yeah, they sent a request for help. You know, it's like, okay, you guys are helping, you know, working with us. You know, give us, you know, send some help. Send help for us. You know, we'll keep working with you happily. Bolster our numbers, grow to aid you. Instead of helping, we turned around and went, blow them up! And you wonder why people don't like us. There's no thing for taking care of attacking the Imperium. Yeah, well, you know, we did kind of turn around and shoot them in the back. More accurately, I should say, the Mechanicus shot them in the back. You know, we could have had them as helpers, allies. Oh, I'd love a thing with being Eldari in like an inquisitorial type game like this. That'd be fun. Never gonna happen if they don't like us. God, that would be fun.
The Tech Priest is skimming through the personal logs in the Tech Priest data hoard from the facility.
Subjective records are really suitable for proper analysis.
He highlighted a few curious details. After the excommunication of Uther Tiberius, the place was investigated thoroughly and used by the Inquisition. After a fatal Chaos incursion, it was abandoned on the order of the Caligari Conclave.
Which means that the Eldar didn't attack the station.
No, they just took possession of the facility.
They didn't come here to attack it, they came here to find refuge. We are really bad at, you know, not attacking these guys on sight. Nice. So, this is a different storyline entirely, but, Professor Warlock.
Harbinger is still in the human shrine. I need to return there immediately.
The spirit stones of our brothers and sisters are empty husks. How is this even possible?
The Harlequin warned us, and foolishly we ignored her words. I will deal with the Harbinger. You stand guard here. We have a new intruder.
Yes, Exarch. They destroyed the soul stones, which was their safety net against the old siege.
Access the terminal to open surveillance mode and restore power to the facility.
But yeah, so the soul stones of our brothers and sisters are empty. That's pretty dire for an Eldari. I mean, that is super dire for Eldari. So it's like, oh look, our soul stones, the really, really important things that help us survive after and escape from Slaanesh. They're being emptied somehow. The souls of their people are being destroyed. I'd be P2.
I've located the Alpha Pariah. She's on Shrine Level Alpha 4. I need to return to the ship. Then I will find her. Blessed be the power that suffuses the ancient machinery in this fortress.
Fight, 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 fight. So that person ran there, and he killed it. Yeah. If I get a thing of like judging the Eldari like heretical and being like heresy is the, you know, they let someone live, it's like, yes. New clue. Level ups. A new perk. New slot. Unlock construct. Vivisector, apparently. Ooh, we got new points. And new things. Lots of new things. Oh dear god. Girdle. Another perk. A new construct. The flamer patterns. Nice, we got stuff to look at. First things first. Constructs. I'm not seeing a new guy, so construct a meltdown. We got some stuff. Motive boosters, heat resistance, max energy shielding up. Put that in there. So I'm seeing the thing here. That's not seeing a new. Oh, change construct. Ooh, oh. What? Oh. Yes! Want you! So we got Death Rancher turrets. What are these? Oh! Voltagast turrets. And now this thing. Select. Be upgraded to level immediately to my level. Dear God, you are going to be my level. Upgrade. 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 Oh great, now we got flame turrets. It's going to be a flame if I want it to be. I didn't even know he had new other mechs, to be honest. I thought it was just these two. But now we have an option of these three. So next mission with the... Join the mission? Damage bonus, you know what, we'll have the movement speed thing. And it looks like I only get one each, so you can have this. You don't move. How much loot did I pick up? Not that much. Excellent. She's gonna be angry with me. She's gonna be so angry with me. Again, this is I want better stuff. Nicer armor. I want that, but I will. And that neural thing is better as well. This looks dopey, but you know, it's better. Oh God, you're gonna tell me stuff again, aren't you? What's better than what I got? Yay. I feel empty. I'm full of stuff again. No matter what. I could have actually scrapped a lot of it and made a thing, so, I can't wield this stuff because it's not for me. Like I said, a lot of this is based on my other guy who has his own stuff. They have very different things. Oh yeah, tech tree. You have like the sort of upgrades on the other guy. Wow, you do. I could literally plot points into play different versions of the game and just upgrade the hell out of this guy. Intriguing. That also means I'm slowly breaking my own Let's Play version of this game. Thing to note. The accounts all share the same currencies. So, Aldarian invaders campaign mission. My Great Spire's Star Fort was occupied by Aldarian forces. The Xenos intruders are also seeking the legacy of Uther Tiberius, the being known as the Alpha Prior. My tech priest, the hostility of these Eldar is rooted in an unfortunate exterminatus against an Aldari maiden world. I have no time to dwell on the past mistakes. Scaring the Alpha Prior is the only thing that matters. Yeah, well, I think the Aldari differ. Ooh, nice. I never actually fought them with my main Inquisitor guys because I thought, quite frankly, I wanted to boost my friendship with them and make them happy with me. And that still is my thing. I want to boost my friendship with them and make them happy with me. Because we have enough enemies. And some friends would be welcomed. You know, and if all we got are enemies, it's going to be a very lonely galaxy. Also, they've got really cool tech. And they could really bulk. Imagine this with human tech joined in. Improve and enhance.
Inquisitor, the Argus are detecting significant hostile forces on this level. Are you absolutely sure you want to go in alone?
This is the most optimal decision. Based on the facts I have gathered on the Alpha Pariah so far, she would be a valuable asset to the Imperium.
Yep. And delve into the Cathedral. They call them the Harbinger, mostly because they killed, they purged and emptied their precious soul stones. Get in there and attack, boys. I think I got a really, really, really powerful mix. I'm so used to clicking the other triggers for firing off the smoke shot. Do I even need a fight, really? I think I need anything in a fight for me. Big loss. Got Nyom. Well, we're delving in.
I've noticed a sudden swarm of cherubim. What is happening, Margos?
By restoring the power grid, you have activated the local cherub shrine.
Are these cherubim performing surveillance on this level?
This is their standard behavior pattern after an extended hibernation cycle. If I may give you some advice, you can access the information gathered at the cherubim shrine.
Yes. Surveillance data is the prerequisite to tactical planning.
Nice. I'm gonna steal data from the shrine. After I break the shrine. Not sure they're gonna be pleased about that, to be honest. Oh yeah, should we come to get my why did you just destroy our shrine? Oops. You know, slight mistake on my part. I apologize. I don't even know how they actually make the cherubs. It won't be good. Wraith blades. Very powerful. Thankfully I am OP. Wraith guards are the ones with the guns. I'm grateful I've got all these mechs. Further honest, they're really useful. Investigation. Information. What did I pick up? Oh, that's purple. Nice. Eagle's flight. Not that I'm going to notice them, to be honest. Let's see, Fabricator General. Oh, gathering information on the Fabricator General in his center of power is bordering on impossible. Veritax is considered a competent, logical, and devoted leader for ruling the Forge world with an iron fist. By all accounts, he is a respectable member of the cult Mechanicus, although even his most devoted followers admit that he has his own agenda and is willing to dedicate long decades to see his plans come to fruition. I suggest that the Conclave should keep him under strict observation in the future. Zenrite influence. During our investigation is the strong influence of the Zenrite seem to have over the Forge World Fool. The Puritans of the Conclave have harbored significant reservations regarding this cult Mechanicus faction for a very long time due to the Xenorite dedication to heretical Xenos technology, and my findings are only reinforcing our prevailing uncertainty. Many new clues. Lots of intrigue. Now let's go kill some Mozzie. Get ourselves some data. Ooh, shrine. Big shrine's mine! Yay. Ooh. I want to push the button, but it's on the other side of the machine. And there's two weird little icons there. It's a dead end. So, yeah, they got... You know what, I'm not actually surprised that Eldaria are reacting the way they are, to be honest. We're not exactly made ourselves good for them.
You have reached the main Cherub mainframe.
Accessing the Cherub Pit feed repository is the next logical.
We just got cut off all the sentences.
Teleport beacon in range.
Nice. I still want to get make sure I close the room after.
Send your soul into the void.
Well, I would, to be honest. We have already done some rather nasty things to them. That's no reason for them to dare to turn against us. I don't know. You know, one might have be angry about that if one blew up their planet. How we feel if we blew up Terra.
Harbinger's fate resonates in the future. We're at the crossroads where oblivion looms close.
The one who sees his own doom can better avoid its path.
Spare me. She is dangerous. If we choose poorly, not even the Whispering God can save us.
She is magnificent, isn't she? Like the death of a son.
Her sheer existence fills me with revulsion. But still, she's just a monkey, and a weapon waiting to be used.
Quite the contrary. She has finally taken the stage. Everything will unfold from here.
Then we should play our parts too. Warriors, proceed!
As a Harlequin.
The Harbinger's fate resonates in the future.
Analysis. The Alpha subject has been manifesting powers currently unlisted in the classified Psyker Index.
What a tantalizing glimpse into the true potential of the Tiberius research. I must secure her immediately.
Teleport. Whee! Where to put us? Right here. Now we can get through.
Accessing the sacred mechanism now.
I turned on all the foot guns. Oh, looking good, they're all over the place. Fire! Reload them again. Woohoo! But yeah, this for a bunch of psychics, this Harbinger is not a good thing. Worse is this thing, it seems she has the ability to kill off the soul stones. That means she's literally sucking their essence out. You know, and they pride themselves in getting these soul stones. For them to be empty, it's a bad thing. Ooh, goodies. Buddy. I feel the green, that's what it was. That's the thing. Completely and utterly not avoiding the fact that I threw it. No. Fortunately, I swapped out the thing that's giving me shield.
This is Inquisitor Kraybart speaking on behalf of the Ordo Hereticus of the Holy Inquisition. We have received your code-red astropathic transmission, and our fleet is calculating arrival vector as we speak. Prepare to join our forces shortly.
Reinforcements are almost there. Why don't you just wait for them?
The Alpha Pariah has no control over her abilities, and she will react to danger fiercely. And the Ordo Hereticus are not famous for their patience.
No. No, they are not. They like to do more harm than good. And quite frankly, half the Inquisitorial forces are not good anyway. Yeah, the resurrection thing. Do I actually need a fight? Because I said it before, actually. Do I need a fight? Because my guy is like wiping the floor these days. Probably because I made him as strong as I am. And because it's a low-level stuff. We are just... Ooh. Thank you. What's up? What did we just get? Fabulous Scatterfield. Ah, nice. Already known, apparently. Yeah, that's the other problem. We're, using all that tech. Ooh, these are better. Apparently. 7, 8. 8 and 6. You know, yeah, better damage reduction I'm swapping out. Or better gear in general. But yeah, they're not known for their patience, and even worse, they're not known for actually accepting anything other than what the doctrine says is accurate. And I just walked in on this.
Are you trying to flee the mayhem of your own doing?
I am nothing but an observer of the unfolding tragedy.
Stop speaking in riddles. What tragedy?
The Harbinger was brought into existence for a reason. She is either the fall or the last hope of your misguided kind.
Is she now? Tell me everything about the Alpha Pariah, or I will kill you.
You have no sense of timing, human. We will meet again at a more suitable place and time.
What in the name of the Emperor was that creature?
A Harlequin. A member of an extremely militant and highly cultured subgroup within the Eldari race that doesn't belong to any faction.
Yep, and they just teleport in and out when they fancy. So she popped in, she's just watching what's happening. It's like, I'm just here to watch. I keep pressing the wrong button. You mean do this. Gunfire! Woohoo! God, what my Psychic Inquisitor wouldn't do for this lot. But... Ooh, more blueprints. Did we get a new rifle? Oh, we already know this one. Darn. I was hoping for a new rifle. Oh, we only need a inocular refill charge. I already have a full one. Okay, so that's leading... Well, an interesting little conversation we just had. Well, interesting, I should say. These guys are like very easy. I'm not even sure how you open the difficulty with that should help. They are very good at what they do. I am awesome. Okay, so we actually went the correct way, ended up talking to the correct person. But yeah, she's quite right on that. This Alpha Pariah is either going to be our salvation,
Somebody will pay for this techno-barbarism.
or our defeat, or our destruction. And the warp power of warp corrupt her, or she turns against us. Then we are doomed. Boom! Ooh, got most in one shot. Nice. Ooh, a shrine. What a boost. Nice, supreme damage reduction. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Oops.
The persistence of your kind, Monkey, almost makes you interesting.
I will not rest until I have secured the Imperial subject.
Why? She is unnatural. She is everything we both consider repugnant.
That is totally irrelevant to the situation.
Still, you don't need to be concerned about her. We will need her alive.
Ah! Come on, help! I know what difficulty, but we can still time this thing. Ooh, that was a lot of guys very quickly.
Another memory crystal. It might contain new clues.
Let's see. Farseer Meredith is the greatest among us all, and she saw the abyss coming in the form of a monkey. Girl, he saw our salvation by stealing the future of those who stole our future. The victories of the Farseer are great against the fallen monkey and nightmares, and the servants of the beyond. Yet my heart is beyond. Yet my heart is heavy. Tuathal is fading while we spend our efforts on fickle dreams. The monkey deserve our wrath, but the stars are not right. Conclusion Alpha. The Eldar Warhost is led by an infamous Farseer. These Farseers act as augurs and seers for the Eldar race, although as a somewhat advanced civilization they ought to ostracize such superstitions. According to the Ordo Xenos records, Farseer Meredith led several successful campaigns in the past against chaos, cults, and Tyranid-infested planets. So far, he has wisely evaded the wrath of the Imperium. Conclusion Beta. Since the craftworlds are semi-organic megastructures serving as a habitat for craftworld Eldar, a major catastrophe occurring on the craftworld would explain the sudden aggressiveness of Xenos and the frustration of the exterminated planet. I.e., they are really peeved that we did that to them. And they have all the right to be peeved at us, because they went, yo, we helped you in the past, and we've done some good things together, we return the favour and give us a helping hand with these guys. To which we went, sure, blow up the planet. But sir, shouldn't we send help? No, blow up the planet. It's cheaper to destroy it than to use our own forces. Even if they did give us a helping hand. And have bled and died for us. They're Xenos. There she is. Machine Spirit Center Forth, so speak with Alpha Pariah. You're killing the Eldari. They're seeing you as a weapon.
Stay away from me. Did you see what I did to those Eldar?
Yes. I have the picked records of the entire encounter for further analysis.
Who are you? And what are you doing here?
I am an Inquisitor of the Holy Orders. I have been investigating the mysteries of Uther Tiberius. I'm here to take you to safety.
Uther Tiberius. What should I even call that man? My creator? My father? My nemesis?
I have insufficient information to answer your question at this time.
Yep.
And what if I want to stay here? Will you kill me then?
Do you harbor any curiosity about your origins? Wouldn't you like to gain more information on your potential?
That's all I've ever wanted. But you didn't answer my question.
It was a foolish question. I can provide protection and a relatively comfortable existence for you. Rejecting my offer would be illogical.
I'll go with you. I don't feel I have any choice, anyway.
No, I'm probably way more valuable than you, so... And getting you out of here before the Psycho Brigade turns up would be a good idea. Okay, I'm now curious. Why is there a dude in the other room? And the green dot and another green dot. What's going on here? Did the Harlequin come back? Why is there a green dot in this room? Oh no, it's my gun turret. I was looking like, why is there a green dot in the room? What is going on? Why are we looking at green dots? There shouldn't be green dots. Well, Hark can come back then. I think I know my luck, the Hark can pop onto my ship anytime he wanted to. Yeah.
Inquisitor Cravat, you may be relieved to know that I have completed my mission, without your assistance.
We expected no less of you. However, I demand that you cease your involvement in this matter and place the Martyr and that Alpha Pariah into Ordo Hereticus custody.
I am a seeker of knowledge myself, and I shall be involved in the ongoing investigation.
Other Tiberius was a heretic. The Martyr has clearly been a hotbed of heretical activity. This is Ordo Hereticus jurisdiction, and we will purge every last haul of that accursed ship.
The decks are swarming with daemons. Are you prepared to start a jurisdictional dispute with the Ordo Malleus as well?
I don't like your tone, Inquisitor. Not one bit.
We could make a compromise. I can give up the investigation on the Martyr, but the Alpha subject is the most intriguing asset for the Imperium we've had. I must study her abilities.
I usually don't compromise, but considering your stellar achievements in the fight against heresy, I am willing to make an exception.
I sense a but coming.
But we might need your help as well. A sudden outbreak of potentially chaos-related infestation on Cascadia Prime requires attention. We need our forces on the Martyr. If you are willing to investigate the infestation, you can take the Alpha subject with you. The Martyr cannot leave this system, though.
I can accept that compromise.
Uh-huh. I expect betrayal, because they're not jobs. Yay, I got personal teleport now. New component, a new construct module, and more points. And level 13s were popped up. Hello! Some more passive scales, and the melter pattern, combustor pattern. Nice. Can I do my little robot thingies? Can I like make you? So at level 17 you get the physical. They've got chainsaws, then you get claws. Sweet. Melter gun is available now apparently. I have a feeling this like moves fast. I think you only got level 20 odd things. You know, we only got to 15 yet, which is where you get these guys start popping in. And level 20 for this guy. And 28 for this guy. We haven't got a slot for them. Is she on here? She is on here. Right, hold on. We have points to spend. Nothing there though. I want more range combat points. I need to put more P points in. Okay, I just got like a load of points. Life ring. My constructs are fantastic. Are yours?
Inquisitor, you promised me answers. Then you put me in another prison cell.
You are free to wander the vessel.
Right, so I'm allowed to leave this ship, where everyone is horrified or disgusted by me, for reasons I don't even understand.
You are the subject of a highly classified inquisitorial investigation, and you must be kept under constant surveillance.
So a prisoner? What have I done to deserve such fate?
You have done nothing wrong, yet. However, Tiberius abandoned you before you could perfect and expand your talents. Therefore, you pose a potential threat.
I don't know anything about that. I just have this energy inside me, squeezing, stretching, sometimes snapping, and then bad things happen. Like when the Martyr arrived at that fort.
What happened?
I was in a haze. I remember that the talking flesh servants on the walls were screaming at me to hide, but I couldn't. And those Elder came for me. Then I woke up properly and made them hurt.
We will study your abilities properly. I will make sure that you only use them when it is necessary.
Yeah, you say that. But it is time to the end of the stream. Yeah. We've actually, I must admit, I like this storyline a bit more than the other one. It's like a sub-storyline going off. It makes you want to play, you want to continue now the other side of this. To get the, figure out what actually happens on the old... Figure out what... Because by the looks of it, this guy's going off on a completely different tangent. Like a complete separate story. Whereas the original Inquisitor group have a different set, and I've got more stuff to sell. Yay! You know what? That's fine. Still staff though. I'll say one better quality, so. Yeah, that's suit I actually like. Oh, God, he's back again. Do you have something against the Inquisitor? Yes, he keeps selling me everything. Ooh. On that. Put grenades. Oh, there's only more stuff. Nope, was better. Shift a better. Eyeballs are all worse. I know these. Yep, got everything except that. I have a thing for selling everything. There you go, my other cells are going to be very, very, very rich. But yes, that's going to be it for this one, folks. I spent a lot more time than I thought I would, but when we come back, Tisby Wednesday. And with Tisby fighting more in the Wintermoon Club. So until then, folks, until then, I'll catch you all later. See ya!